Welcome to the Epicenter. This is Frank.
This is Banhammer.
Double.
Zebra swirls.
All right, anime news. I watched some new stuff. I guess first I want to talk about my biggest surprise was how heavy Sengoku Basara is getting.
Wait, did they have a new episode of that out?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my lord!
I felt like that
different.
first episode that I watched on Saturday night was an entire season by itself.
Yeah, that was big. I mean, I don't want to spoil it though. Tokugawa was the biggest surprise. What he did to.
Well, it follows history because of course he betrays them.
Yeah, but the fact is, Toyotomi was the man who could punch oceans, and then he just gets ganked that easy. But you have no idea what's going to happen in episode 2. It's just say manly tears will be shed. It's such a difference in tone from the first 2 seasons, and I'm actually enjoying it.
It's probably because they're gonna have to start killing people off because not everybody lives after the Battle of Sekigahara.
Yeah.
And the ones that do live are going to be sent into exile, where they'll end up will they and their ancestors for the next 200 years spend every day regretting losing. Did I ever tell you that? Dr. Long, when I took the Modern Japan class, said the losers of Sekigahara were exiled to like the forest, I think regions of like Choshu, which is an island, and on the anniversary of Sekigahara, every day for 200 years, all of the samurai like descendants would sit in a field and brood over why they lost.
Aww.
200 years.
That's Japan
Until the Meiji Restoration.
That's Japan for you.
Okay, let me tell you, they know how to hold a grudge because they could hold a grudge through a bloodline.
I forgot what is. I know. Does Date Masamune die during the Battle of Sekigahara?
I'd have to actually look that up.
Because I know he ends up traveling the world in real life.
I don't think so. He might have been exiled.
Because I know he ends up like traveling the world and actually going in contact with Western civilization. Because he's not like the other Japanese who are very isolationist. So he's actually smart. But okay, what else? Zankyu no Terrorism. That was an excellent show. It's by the Cowboy Bebop director. It's well, when you're watching a show, and the first scene is two people robbing nuclear material from a power plant, and it's just a really well put together chase scene. It's good, and it's about these 2 kids who escape from an institution. I'm not sure exactly what the deal is. I think it might be some spy stuff because they end up doing random acts of terrorism. They haven't actually revealed why, but they go to this high school, and they end up going to this building and planting these little stuffed animals full of thermite at strategic places. And this one girl who goes to class with them kind of saw one of them putting stuff down, and they cut the power, so everyone's trying to evacuate. So he ends up handing her one of the thermite stuffed animals. So then he goes back to his friend or brother or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, I found that one girl from our class. Don't worry, I gave her the stuffed animal. So if she doesn't agree to join us, you know what to do." So yeah, it's really cool. I'm not sure exactly where it's going. It's one of those things where that's the whole fun in the show. And there's a hard-boiled detective who works at the school now for some reason. We don't know why, but yeah, I'm liking it. It has a lot. I guess it has a lot of the mysterious backstory elements from kind of like Cowboy Bebop, but it's more like James Bond instead of like old action movies. So yeah, that's thank you.
Let's see, what did I watched Tokyo ESP, which was a horrible rip-off of X-Men. I mean, I think this guy read like Days of Future Past and decided to make a manga series out of it, and then that was adapted into the anime because the guy who's clearly not Magneto holds the Tokyo Parliament hostage, and he lifts it up over the city. And then he has Nightcrawler, who runs around with swords cutting people up, and mutants committing random acts of violence because he's calling on them, or actually no, the Espers are calling on them to rule mankind, so they're like destroying the city. Like the guy who has like the pyrokinetic powers goes up to this cop because he's trying to light a cigarette, and he flicks his thumb up, and he goes like, "You want a light?" Yeah, and then he puts a rocket launcher to his face and blows the car up.
Oh my god.
It's stupid stuff like that. That was entertaining. What else? Did I pick up anything? Did I look at anything else? The Survival Club show's still good.
Yeah, I'm glad it's still good. Nato PTSD. And the fact that the main character is definitely unique in the fact that she barely has any likability to her whatsoever.
She is like, I have not seen that type of character in a very long time. I actually like that type of main character because she'll put up with everyone's shit for as long as she can tolerate it, and then there's no one around, and then she pays everyone back threefold.
But she's not entirely edgy like that. She also put on the NATO suit and embarrassed herself on TV. So she does have some integrity, but she also has that kind of
I just like the fact
bent.
Why is she in my house? She must be trying to get me back from yesterday. I'm gonna have to strike first. So she just full decks her. Right?
See, that is definitely a surprise. I didn't think I'd like that as much.
I didn't think I'd like that either because I got burned on something similar. That and then the cosplay chick wanting to talk to her about cosplay, but they ended up in a gunfight. And then she goes, "I give up," and shoots her anyway.
So it's called Sabagibu.
Or how do they pronounce that?
And it's definitely something that we would both. It's if you like guns and you like comedy, then you like Sabagibu.
I want them to go back to that gun shop. I love the name of that gun shop. Survive this bitch. And it's run by some buff guy with like an eye patch and
I think isn't this the same guy who does the dub for Terminator or something?
Yeah, he does the dub for Terminator, and he's also the voice of old Joseph Joestar.
Yeah. That's kind of the joke there. That is essentially Japanese voice of the Terminator.
He's also the narrator of the show, who randomly decides to break the fourth wall, and she's like, "Who's saying that?"
Yeah, I think it does fourth wall breaking well, and that it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's actually funny.
Yeah, it'll actually contribute.
I just like when he gives you combat and army facts, especially when the main characters in the show get them wrong.
Dude, I like her mom too. Her mom, your mom likes girls with dark personalities. Or your mom likes girls that have cool like aloof senpais or
something like the charisma being tinged by madness. Yeah, it's a good show.
What else? That I don't know if you've seen that, but I forget what it's like. Nozuki-kun or whatever. It's based off of Four Coma. It's another comedy. It's about this girl who tries to confess to this guy when she says she's his number one fan. He's actually a shoujo writer, and he writes a popular thing. So she ends up working for him, and he gets inspiration from all of the weirdos around him. Like this one guy's his assistant, and he says all these like stupid one-liners like Tamaki would say from Orin High School Host Club, but he gets really embarrassed afterwards. So he made the heroine of his manga after her or after him, and it's actually really funny. Those are like the two that and Sabu Gibu are probably the two big comedies. In other terms, this summer season's actually probably the most balanced in terms of like drama, action, and comedy.
Yeah, I
And
have. See,
the
I'm
only
watching
other good one was the Noah Zero episode.
that.
I
I have some
I full
questions.
on applaud. Ura Butcher is like not holding back.
Oh, he's bringing the suffering right out.
You have no. If I cannot wait until he makes Slane suffer more, because what he usually does in a show is he picks one character and he just does incredibly horrible shit to that one character throughout the entire series.
I don't know.
And
I think what he did was he picked a planet and inflict all the suffering on that certain planet.
Dude,
And unfortunately, the planet is Earth.
my favorite, those stupid bastards were like, we carried out a Black Ops operation. Let's greet this guy. They're going to make us knights. Of course they're not going to make you knights.
And my favorite is they keep sending fighter jets after them.
I like the fact.
Fighter jets after the castles.
I just like the fact that those guys got literally bitch slapped out of existence with the disintegrating shield mech.
And what I want to
of
know
course
is
you have the bowl cut guy who's Captain McBad guy to the 10th level, so he hams it up.
oh yeah, he is. It's almost like having the Emperor just start killing stuff.
I know, and he's not even a main bad. He's probably just like a throwaway villain because he's
Probably gonna die next episode.
Oh, yeah. As soon as Slane finds out that his princess is still alive and that he knows something about it, Slane's gonna full on kill him, probably.
No, I want Eggman to kill him. I want Egg
Someone
Food
on
to kill him.
someone on A says like put a picture of after his friend got like zapped from the bug zapper because that guy's like, here, let me give you a hand. I don't know if you saw that, but his mech stomps the ground and causes him to lose the grip on the guy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Someone on A put green text. Damn, now I'm not going to get my money back from those eggs that I loaned that bastard.
See, I'm waiting for. I think he's gonna end up killing him.
Yeah,
But,
I'm trying to figure out how they're going to beat that thing.
The feet. You have to strike from below.
Someone said, "Where's Rogue Squadron in the tow cables?"
Because first of all, if that thing disintegrates everything that it touches, how can it walk?
I think it ran out of power because the guy said something about a time limit.
Started running away.
Yeah, so it obviously has to keep the juice charged on that thing.
Maybe he has a preset kill limit. So we just have to send wave after wave of our own men to take out the shield.
Well, they're doing a good job.
Maybe that's the Terran strategy.
But I love that show. It's gonna be a fine one. They have their Ura Butcher bingo card out. We're gonna find out. We need to see who the anti-hero is. I think it's gonna be the guy who gave Slane the cane to the face.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too. He seems indoctrinated in the usual Martian stuff. Some people on A are talking about how the real Martians are gonna show up.
That would be kind of funny. But yeah, he'll probably do the anti one. They're trying to figure out who the lesbian is going to be in this one because that's another Ura Butcher thing. He always has to throw lesbians in there.
Yeah, because the whole in case you don't know, the whole story behind it is that a bunch of people colonized Mars and found Martian technology and ended up making their own Fourth Reich on Mars, and they attacked Earth long ago, and we blew up the moon because that was the gate to Mars, and now a bunch of troops from Mars are in orbit around Earth, but not anymore. They landed and they're attacking because they're
They landed
princess.
with their flying space castles.
Yeah.
Am I the
See,
only
that's
one
Alno
who
Zero.
wonders- Am I the only one who wonders what that does to the tides?
Well,
That's not the problem.
The problem is getting hit by meteors made out of the moon.
Yeah, and when the castle lands on New Orleans and completely annihilates it.
And also, how's Goku gonna transform? It's still my first thought.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, Akira Toriyama has announced they're making another original Dragon Ball Z movie, and it's a story
What?
that he wanted to put into the manga, but he didn't get a chance to.
I like any Dragon Ball Z movie that's made by Akira Toriyama because he always puts in the funny stuff too.
Yeah, that's what he says. He's going to put the funny stuff in there.
Oh,
Because
good.
I love like my favorite. I think my favorite episode of Dragon Ball Z is the one where Goku and Piccolo went to learn how to drive.
I don't think that wasn't in the manga.
Akira had to have something to do with that.
No, that was not in it. That was not in the manga at all because I used to read Shonen Jump when it came out.
I wouldn't doubt that Akira put it in the anime.
That was actually a really good episode.
That was hilarious.
And the way how Team 4-Star rips the headers, drive, bitch, get out the way.
I think that's always my favorite parts in Dragon Ball Z. Is the parts where they're trying to fit in with normal people.
Well, and what do you mean? Like when Yamcha was on the baseball team, and then he was happy because there was a fight.
Yeah. Those are the best parts.
I did enjoy. That was probably one of my favorite episodes when they learned to get the car.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else for the animal?
No, that's it.
All right, moving on to comics and tabletop. Let's talk about comics first. We got the big news.
Okay, let's talk about the big news.
Who wants to introduce this?
Thor is now a chick.
But he's not. But it's a different person.
It's a different person? Oh, so they're not gender bending Thor?
No. They just Thor. From what I read, Thor is now unworthy of wielding the hammer. So it's been passed on to a new person who is worthy.
This is what you get when you have Tumblr making the inscription on Mjolnir.
My problem with this is it seems more like a shocking thing than a...
Yeah, I don't know. It's the same thing.
It's not going to last very long.
It's the same thing as Doc Ock Spider-Man. It's the same thing. I don't see any difference between the two.
I mean, when he did Miss Marvel as like the I don't know, Middle Eastern chick, you know, that was kind of different. I see why they did that, but this seemed like a cash grab.
Yeah, which is it's really sad because Thor is probably one of the finest Marvel books out there right now, and Jason Aaron is still writing it, so I'm sure it will be good. I'll still read it.
Yeah, my question is, did Jason Aaron was this a Marvel thing or a Jason Aaron thing?
True. And you know what I do if Jason Aaron, just write the same story as I wanted to write, but Thor's a chick now.
Yeah, or the Marvel, yes. Just say, you know, hey, we need more shocking things here.
Why not Iron Man? Why couldn't Iron Man be a chick? Anybody could put on that suit.
That's true.
Didn't they make Pepper Potts an Iron Man suit once?
I don't know. I don't follow Iron Man. The comics are kind of boring.
Yeah, his comics kind of suck because he's not Batman to me. Because he's like their version of Batman, but he's not that interesting unless you put him on a team.
Oh yeah.
Like when didn't they try to get him drunk or something in one of the to get him back on like the booze for some reason? Was that the hammer?
God. That was. Oh, you're thinking of two different things. One was I think he had to something about Deadpool trying to get Tony Stark to drink again.
Okay.
That was back. That was actually an issue that was supposed to take place back in like the 60s or 70s. It was one of the finest issues of Deadpool there is. But and also he gave up his sobriety to for some reason to make super weapons for the Avengers to fight the evil hammers or whatever. I forgot. Fear itself was not a good event.
I remember something else was happening in the world of DC. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't know if you've heard this, but the CO was having a shitstorm because Batgirl's costume got redesigned, and they're moving her away from downtown Gotham, and they're putting her into trendy uptown Gotham, where she's going to have more lighthearted adventures. And I'm sitting well, what? That's
Batman.
There is no uptown happy part of Gotham. Gotham's a shithole.
Yep.
You can't escape Gotham's like corruption.
Let's move to the nice part of Detroit.
Yeah, she's not gonna have lighthearted adventures and shit. So I'm like, I don't know why they're trying to do that, but as far as her costume's concerned, I really don't give two shits about it. Don't look that different to me. They're upset because of the mask, and they don't like. I have to find a picture of it for you, but I honestly think I like the design better.
I never liked Batgirl much anyway.
But I didn't like the fact that they made Barbara Gordon Batgirl again. That's another thing that they completely destroyed from the old DC universe.
Yeah,
She's
because
not Oracle anymore. Took away the one thing that
shot by the
made her.
Joker?
Yeah. And then for some strange reason, the fucking Joker cuts his own face off and puts it back on again. I have no idea what the point that was.
The hard part isn't getting the face off; it's getting the face back on.
I don't know what the fucking point of that was, and it's just a bunch of fucking stupid shit. I hate the new DC universe. Completely turned me off of. I can't. As far as I know, Wonder Woman is the only decent comic left.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not too happy with Marvel. What they're doing. I hope, you know what? If it's good, then I just have my concerns about it. But if it's good, I will be the first one to admit it. I can't say anything about something I haven't read.
I started reading a new, well, it's not new, but it's a comic series that's been in development. It's called God Hates Astronauts, and it's basically, imagine if the creators of Oxygen Hunger Force and Venture Brothers made a comic about a dysfunctional superhero team.
Oh my god, this sounds like Next Wave.
The comic starts out with the team of superheroes going after a place where they wrestle bears, and then the main character gets his face punched in and beat to shit, and then his wife fucking cheats on him because he's an ugly mofo. So then what happens is he shoots his head off, and he replaces his head with the head of a ghost horse.
Hey, you know what a good color boot is for a hero of the night who's supposed to be all stealthy and everything?
What?
How about bright yellow? Because I see a big pair of bright yellow boots on Batgirl, and the back of her cape is yellow.
Oh, did you see the new costume?
I sent him the link.
Honestly, I don't think it's that bad of a design, but
I don't like the boots. Other than that, it's all right. I do like I like the shoulders.
That's the thing. I think that's the only thing CO liked was like the shoulder pads.
Well, she's basically, from what I can tell, she's wearing a leather jacket that has a snap-on cape and leggings.
I'm not liking the boots though. She needs to get like black boots. Maybe some like metal on them.
They might be tan. It's just that.
No, they're bright yellow.
Also, this God Hates Astronaut has a surprise guest appearance from Carl Winslow.
Who's Carl
From
Winslow?
Family Matters?
Yes.
Oh my god!
And Carl Winslow now has gorilla hands, and is pissed because Harriet won't make love to him. It's amusing. You can read it online for free, or they have a trade paperback, which has some extra stuff to it.
I'll definitely check that out. Okay, so...
I don't think we should rip too hard on Batgirl's costume lest we forget Robin's costume.
Well, I hate Robin.
Yeah, no one likes Robin.
You know who I like? Nightwing.
Yeah, that's Robin when he says, "Hey, maybe I shouldn't follow around Batman."
You know what I
bright
liked
red
really better about Nightwing? When he became fucking Batman, and it was a different take on Batman, and it was actually a really good take on Batman, but no, they brought Bruce Wayne back.
Hey, Bruce Wayne time traveled.
You have no idea how much I enjoyed that run of Batman when Bruce Wayne wasn't Batman, because
remember when he shot Darkseid with a gun?
Don't even get me fucking started on that. Do not even get me fucking started on it, because he got sent back in time, and he was a pilgrim, No, wait, he was a caveman, then he was a fucking pilgrim, then he was a pirate, then he was a western, then he was in the future for some reason, and then he got brought back because of some antimatter bullshit stuff, and he was dying. So Nightwing whispers in his ear the thing that brings Batman back to life and keeps him from dying is that Gotham needs him.
But he shot Darkseid with a gun.
Yeah, I know. Don't even get me fucking started on that. And that in and of itself is one of the reasons why I cannot stand DC anymore. They need, I don't know what they need to do, but they have to fix.
Just start
I'm like this. I'm just disgusted because I'm going back and I've been rereading some of the old Green Lantern stuff that I have before Jeff Johns was put in charge of everything.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell when Jeff Johns got tired of it.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
All right. Anything else for comics?
No.
Nope.
My Demon the Fallen print edition came in. My print-on-demand edition.
Oh,
It
yes.
is very nice. I have a review of it on YouTube. Of the build quality. I'll post a review of the actual game once I play a few. But yeah, I'll be running one in the fall. And people are already building characters.
So
That's going to be fun.
Yep.
I'm actually, with the way this works and the fact that it's so tied to spy thrillers, I'm thinking of making a demon agency based off of Outer Heaven from Metal Gear Solid.
nice.
Because think about it. We have a destroyer angel who fought wars for hundreds of years, got tired of the bloodshed and seeing soldiers treated like disposable, just tissues by the God Machine. So then he falls because he wants to find a place where soldiers can live freely. Outer Heaven. It works so perfectly with the demon narrative. It's amazing. Maybe Kojima should have wrote for Demon. But yeah, it's 2 thumbs up for Drive-Thru RPG's print-on-demand service.
So how much stuff do they have there on that Drive-Thru RPG?
Oh, they have. Usually, the print-on-demand stuff is only for like Onyx Path, Onyx Path / White Wolf, or
Okay.
a lot of the smaller
Okay, that's cool.
ones. But you can get D&D books and fantasy flight stuff like Rogue Trader, Dark Heresy.
All right.
You can get PDFs for that at a good price. So they have a lot of the bigger companies that do print offerings usually have only PDFs, but the smaller ones are the ones you'll get the print on demand for.
No, that's good though.
Yeah, and a lot of what I like it for is a lot of the old World of Darkness stuff. A lot of their books, you cannot get those in print anymore unless you either want to get a copy that's falling apart or pay an arm and a leg.
I just like the idea of out of print stuff you can buy printed editions of because I don't know, I like having a book.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. I find it easier to look through and to like kind of page through than
I really
a
want
PDF.
that 20-year anniversary Vampire the Masquerade, but $100 is a bit steep.
Did you see the art for that? That everything's full color in that.
Oh,
Everything's full
color in it?
color. Yes,
Oh, okay.
like straight up full color art, and it has. The thing is, you're not only getting the core vampire book, you're getting pretty much most of the things that were in the side
Oh, the
books.
supplements. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see why.
So you have, I think you have every discipline up to level 9. You have pretty much all the main clans, like even the ones that I don't have in my edition. Like I have the 2nd edition, so I don't have the Giovanni. I don't have the Capacodian or the Salubri. Those guys. So yeah, it's pretty much a comprehensive edition.
Oh, okay.
And that's the reason why I would consider buying it eventually.
Yeah, that's what I'm I'm considering it. If I get a Christmas bonus or something, or I have an extra $100 that I want to throw somewhere.
Yeah. It looks very nice. And they're doing the same thing for Wraith, and which I've never played, and Mage the Ascension, which I never played.
I think Tim told me he didn't care for old Mage.
Yeah, New Mage is. I enjoy New Mage. I've run plenty of games of that, but Old Mage, I read about it and I don't know. It doesn't seem as good as New Mage, even though it does have a good it does have an extensive fan base and people really like it a lot. Plus, I know you can buy old Demon the Fallen on drive-through. And I think that's one that's kind of a people either like it or hate it. So yeah, drive-through RPGs print on demand service, 2 thumbs up. Very good. Alright, I guess we can move on.
How was our Roll20 campaign? Since I was not well.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was awesome. It was one of the greatest. Okay, a lot of DMs, they don't like when the players kind of think outside the box and turn their encounters upside down. But I'm one of those DMs that can prepare for that kind of thing and really on the fly adapt the chronicle to it. These guys, they ended up dressing up as world famous chefs.
No. I've decided that I need to adjust the names for this. So I am now what was I going to be? Morden Ramshead.
Morden Ramshead, yeah.
The head of Nine Hells Kitchen, and Iron Chef Wario Fatale. No, actually, no, it wouldn't be Iron. Would it be Iron? Yeah, it would be Iron. No, Steel. We'll make it Steel Chef. Wario Fatale.
Mithril Chef.
Yeah, Mithril Chef.
There we go. I just had to. I had to give those guys a bonus on that roll.
My specialty is yelling at people and cursing.
The best way to get bonuses in my game is to do something that entertains me, and that entertained me enough to get. Okay, you have a bonus on this bluff roll, and you guys beat Mortimer the undead. The undead halfling butler.
You mean the guy who sounded like fucking Droopy?
Yes. And let's just say, yes, there was there was an undead halfling butler, and let's just say, here's a little preview for future games. He has other characteristics of Droopy besides sounding like him.
Oh god.
Is he really depressed?
Wah wah. See, we had his brother stab him after we couldn't bluff anymore.
No, you didn't stab him. You threw him on a spike.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
impaled him.
Yeah, they threw him on a sword and impaled him.
I'm really upset that I missed this, but I wasn't feeling good at all.
I got to do my best Gordon Ramsay impersonation, which consisted of, "Oh, you fucking pissant."
You call anybody a donkey?
No, but I'll save it for future.
You disarmed traps and almost died, but you're all level 2 now.
Woo!
And I'll have to talk to you about picking your utility power for being level 2.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but okay.
It's new power.
Yay!
But I already increased your HP and everything, so you're fine there.
Okay, cool. Do I still have to do that whole thing where I buy my swords and whatnot?
Oh, actually, you have a new blade.
Really? What did I get?
You have a +1 lucky kukri.
Yay!
And once per day, you can re-roll an attack roll if you don't like the roll. So
Awesome.
yeah, you got that.
Ooh, it's just like Christmas.
And our bard found a fiddle that can increase you guys' abilities after a rest when he plays it.
Cool. Was it made of gold?
It's not made of gold. It's not made of gold.
I was gonna make a Devil Went Down to Georgia joke.
You know, I gotta You guys are only level 2. I gotta save. I can't do everything awesome that I want to do all at once.
But the pun.
I gotta save this stuff. So yeah, the Roll20 D&D game has been going awesome, and I'm glad I started it. So anything else for tabletop? No.
Nope.
Yep. Technology news.
I got 2 stories. First of all, Microsoft's laying off a shit ton of people.
I heard about that.
Apparently it's a restructure. So,
And they always say restructure. That's the nice way of putting it.
then again, Microsoft is one of those companies when they need to restructure. Usually it's their clean up half their crap that, you know.
Because no Surface isn't doing so well.
It's not only that, it's just they dabble into too many things.
And Windows 8, let's not forget about that one.
Or how about games for Windows Live? Don't even get me freaking started on that.
Yeah, I saw you. It took you like 4 hours to get Raccoon
It
City
took me
working.
2 weeks and an additional 4 hours to try and figure out how to fix that, and I finally pinpointed what the problem was after going through like 13 different forum boards.
Yeah, the fact is they didn't move it to Steamworks.
No, my problem is, I forget what game it was, but I had to update to a game for Windows Live. And while it was updating, it was like so poorly coded that it maxed out my processor.
Oh my god.
So yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
What?
I got something. You guys remember Project Aura?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Their dev boards are shipping out later this month.
Remind me, what's that?
That's the modular phone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, their dev boards are shipping out later this month.
Oh, speaking of tech, I saw on the Colbert Report last night from Silicon Valley, they designed a smart cup called Vessel, and it tells you what your drink is that you pour in it, what the calorie and sugar count is.
Wait, can they tell if a drink is poisoned?
It can tell you if it's beer or not by whatever you pour in there. And Colbert's like, yeah, you could do that too by looking on the label on the can. And they spent
something our good friend Dave would use.
They spent
Yeah.
They spent 7 years of development on that cup.
I mean, it could be useful if it tested if the drink was poisoned.
How often are
we
you
going back to the
poisoned
Middle
by a
Ages?
drink?
What?
Who poisons drinks anymore?
Not me. I don't care where you heard anything from.
We're not having a Henry VIII mead party where they'd have to have a wine tester.
That was a job right there.
What, wine tester? Hey, if you were lucky and you didn't die, you got to eat good stuff. So maybe you didn't starve or freeze to death. Although you could be poisoned and die horribly. That's the trade-off.
You have a 50-50 chance.
What if somebody wanted to poison the food taster? Then, that guy's boned. They need a food taster for the food taster. Tell if it's poisoned before he checks if it's poisoned.
I think that was a joke on like a sketch the one time.
That probably was.
I don't remember what from. It might have been a Monty Python. I'm not sure.
It sounds like a familiar joke to me, but I don't know where I've heard it from.
Oh my God! She's taking a. Is she taking a selfie?
Oh yeah.
A selfie?
Yeah.
She's trendy and hip and a teenager.
Oh, that's dumb. That is straight dumb.
Take a selfie.
You see, I don't care about the. I think that's kind of sexist. I won't don't get me started. I just think it's sexist.
I do like female Thor's battle helmet.
That is pretty cool, but we'll see how it ties into, because I would read I would actually read if they made another Thor book called Unworthy Thor about Thor without Mjolnir. I would read that.
All right. Are we done with tech?
No, I got one more tech thing. It's a new Kickstarter actually that just launched today. It's called Ink Case. What it is it's a case for a smartphone, but on the back of the ink case is a e-ink screen. So what
This
this
is good.
so basically what it's gonna do is for things like check your email or music control or very light stuff, you can
Like how
use
big is the screen?
that. It's not as big as your smartphone.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking I'd be able to read an ebook on there.
Actually, yeah, you can. Okay, actually, I would say it's not as big as the Samsung Galaxy S5, but it's about the size of a comparable smartphone.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that seems cool. I mean, you see, I don't like reading an ebook on a smartphone because it's backlit.
Yeah,
But
basically, it, they say some use are like fitness, weather, sports, notifications, incoming call notifications, basically
yeah, that
stuff
seems
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the Kickstarter is I think $80.
I'll think about it. I mean, I'm a bit tight right now, but once I get some more
Um,
money, I'll think about that kind of thing. And it doesn't look like a scam, does it?
uh,
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that Kickstarter stuff.
no, this looks legit. I mean, actually no, this $79 gone. It's gonna retail for I think $100, but I don't know. It's a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, it seems feasible. It's not like they're promising more than they can deliver. It's certainly something that can be done.
Yeah, all it really is a e-ink screen attached to
The
a
case.
case.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, for what it does.
Okay. Anything else for tech?
Nope.
Okay, we can. What do you got?
No,
Okay.
I don't know when I have my cell phone update, but it's coming up soon. I think it's like first week of August.
Oh, your new cell phone.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be getting a new cell phone.
Get a. What's something really dumb? Get a good one. Get a good smartphone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get something that's not very expensive, but still good.
So Android.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That you're
With
really.
my Verizon contract.
Yeah, that's pretty much you're pretty much at Android.
Yeah.
Ooh, for $10,000, I can get a dinner with the people who made ink.
Actually, you could probably get the iPhone 5C for cheap, but you don't want an iPhone.
Stop cursing on this podcast. I guess we can move on to video games.
So I tried a Weeaboo MMO on Steam.
A Weeaboo MMO on Steam.
Yes, I was just browsing the free to play section, and I saw people talk about this game called Dragon Nest because it has basically a free action combat. Some like I wouldn't say as fluid as a Devil May Cry, but it's like an action game.
It's like MapleStory, but 3D.
Yeah, sort of. And let's put it this way: the graphics are about as, and I'm talking about max settings here, are about as good as Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh boy.
Basically, it's one of those games where
What
Yeah.
now? It's free to play. What do you? What's the microtransactions? What do people get? Can you buy demon wings? Can you buy?
No, basically by gear and shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I just try because it's free to play, and it's one of those. I don't know. That's it further proves my point that I hate free to play games.
Yeah, definitely.
The only really good free to play MMO I played was Terra, but the problem with Terra is Terra destroyed my machine.
Oh, it wasn't well optimized.
No, the same thing like fucking Steel Republic. Eat your fucking machine up.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But speaking of Weeboo games, they had a free Weeboo visual novel, Sunrider: The First Arrival, which
How
is a
was that?
space. You know, honestly, I kind of like the tactical RPG part of the game where I have to up my spaceship and mech stats to fight other spaceship and mech stats, and it has shitty American dub voice acting in it, and you have the one girl scream, "Devastation! Ultimate shot!" when they fire missiles and shit, and I'm like, I am totally entertained by it.
As for me, I've been playing more Muramasa, and I started Legend of the Dragoon again,
Oh, okay.
and
They
it's
have they have a new DLC for Muramasa today.
oh cool. I thought you said there was something new for Legend of the Dragoon. I was like, you
There's
best.
nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the battle system, and I still do. I like the addition system. I wish they would bring something like that back. I think they have something like that in Mother 3, where it's more like it's more like using rhythm. But yeah, and I'm halfway down Muramasa, which is it's pretty. How far are you on the? Because I played through the chick story first.
I've already beaten it on the Wii, so I went and bought the DLC and I've been playing that.
I just like the fact that you kill people. You start killing gods until one of the Buddhas has to come down and kind of smack you down.
I like that game, but like I said, there's just too much fucking walking around in there for me. I think it could have been a lot shorter than it was.
No, I got all the swords for the chick, and now I guess to get more swords, I have to play as the dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm still like somewhere in the beginning of Momohime's story, but I've been more interested in the DLC because that's totally new.
Yeah, I'll have to check out the DLC after I'm done the main story.
Because I think I have the first two. I got the one about the fishy tail, which was the cat ghost that's avenging her master's murder by taking over her body and running around like beating the shit out of criminals and stuff. Then you have the radish farmer tale, where about a guy he has to go beg the gods for rain or some shit, or to make his village grow, and he fights with a fucking hoe and a sickle, and his dead wife will levitate and float him places. And this is the one that they released today. Actually, sounds pretty awesome. This is I forget what's like 7 days to live. This like ninja like accidentally destroys a shrine, and the water goddess curses him like 7 days to death. And he has like you have a clock that's counting down 7 days till you live or till you die, and you have to beat the bad guys and try and redeem yourself. And the PSN network actually is having a 2-for-2 deal on certain things. For $20, you can get the first and second Corpse Party.
Ooh, I like Corpse Party.
I don't know if they ever released Corpse Party 2 yet, because Book of Shadows I think is like a visual novel.
Is it like Blair Witch Book of Shadows?
No, I think this one's gonna have a lot more murder.
Okay, and also video games. I beat. They finally released the last episode for Wolf Among Us.
Oh yes.
And if you were on V from like the night that was released, it is completely spoiled for you. There was just so many discussions about the ending of that game. It was really good. And when V likes something, it's usually good.
That whole comic series is just fantastic.
I need to get into the comics.
Yeah.
I buy the trades.
I would buy the trades. I mean, yeah, the singles are still pretty cheap to come by, but you're gonna get, I don't know.
I always wanted to cosplay as Bigby. I probably have the stuff to do it right now too.
Doesn't he just dress like a normal person?
Pretty much.
I'll have to get like contacts. Or
I gotta
something.
grow a beard.
Contact.
I'll have to get like the contacts, and I'll have like my fake cigarette, and I'll have to get my white dress shirt and roll up the sleeves.
Then grow a beard.
Grow a beard. And
I
then
gotta get that. I'm waiting for that to go on sale on Steam, and then I'll get that.
It is really good. If it's
Frank, I'm sorry to kill your dreams, but you don't look good with a beard.
shut up.
I'm just putting you down gently.
Shut up.
Everybody looks better with a beard.
No.
You need the spider. You should grow mutton chops.
I should just grow a big Gandalf beard right now.
You should. You go walk around with a stick and say you're the mountain wizard. Or whoever that mountain wizard was in The Hobbit.
Radagast.
That's what you need to do. You can get a sleigh and have your dog pull it. And
I had a. I follow Bill Corbett on Twitter. He's one of the dudes who did Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay.
And he posted a picture of the Hobbit Pez dispensers, and he's like, "Worry not, Radagast's Pez still has bird crap in his hair." No, I thought that was pretty funny. So, anything else for video games?
Yeah. Well, I just want to quickly talk about the Smash release.
Oh yes, Smash.
Oh, yes.
Bathing in Ridley Fag tears.
Yes.
oh, that was funny. I love it whenever they have a Smash announcement and then they get all hyped up and someone puts the fake image up and.
Yeah, and I like that you can play as tactician. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I don't hate the choices. I don't like. I mean, they're choices.
They're not ones that I would be like, yeah, except for Captain Falcon. But
Yeah.
it's not like we have like 20 different kinds of Star Fox characters that are all the same thing.
No. I mean, I don't mind the Fire Emblem ones. Fire Emblem, that's cool.
I want more Kid Icarus characters. Specifically Hades. And what was the other goddess that was in there? Verdi or whatever the hell her name was.
It was Verdi, and there was also that human hero that you can play as for a little bit. And let's not forget Helios.
Yeah. Because I know it'll piss me off if they'll probably make Dark Pit a separate character, even though they could probably just do a reskin.
No, I mean they do. It probably will be a reskin because female tacticians are reskin.
Oh yeah.
Is Dark Pit a separate character?
I don't. They tease it at the end of when they did the Palutena reveal because he pops up at the end and she goes, "Are you here to ruin my fun?" And he goes, "Heh." So I'm like, I don't know. He might be his own character.
Yeah.
Which will piss me off because I need more fabulous Hades.
Oh yes, and I have two more gaming stories, but during the MOBA related genre. Gearbox is doing a MOBA, and someone who worked on StarCraft, I forget who it is. They're making a MOBA like game.
Everyone's doing a MOBA.
Yep.
The Gearbox one looks interesting.
Because
Yeah,
Riot made a lot of money on it. Let's make a lot of money too. Let's get on that gravy train.
The one by the guy who did StarCraft, it's gonna be a little different because you don't have bases. Basically, your base travels with you. and I guess it's like something that fights alongside you. But yeah, it's mobile.
Oh yeah, the Destiny beta starts on Thursday. I can't wait to get my key. And if you guys are lucky, they might send me extra keys so I can throw one or two your way.
I don't know. I'm kind of not interested in Destiny because it's Activision.
I'm excited.
I'll see how it is first. At launch. I'm gonna wait till after the launch. Actually, I'll give it a week for the inevitable server outages, and I'll probably just sneak right in.
I got a pre-order for the. I'm excited mainly because Activision spent $500 million on this game, so.
There's another game, another massively multiplayer game that a company spent a lot of money on. We remember how that turned out.
Which one's that?
Old Republic.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why I'm not pre-ordering.
I have faith in Bungie.
Yeah,
I don't have faith in Bungie. I don't have faith in Activision.
I have enough faith in Bungie. Bungie has not done wrong yet, or I'll say enough horrible wrong. It's not like BioWare.
Yeah, I do not trust anything BioWare does anymore.
Never, never again.
That's what I said. I'm not on any type of hype train for the new Dragon Age, or I'm completely done with them.
I wouldn't be getting the new Dragon Age. Actually, the only Dragon Age I bought was the first one.
I played the first one, and then I played the terrible second one.
The waifu simulator?
It was fucking terrible.
Yeah, 2 was terrible.
I played the demo for 2, and I was like, what happened? They made the Darkspawn look dumb.
Well, I'm on the hype train for 3 only because every time they show something that's like, we know we fucked up, we're doing what the fans want.
I still don't trust BioWare.
I don't trust BioWare at all. They fucked up Mass Effect. They fucked up.
Anybody all the good writers left BioWare.
That's true.
But okay, so yeah, that's video games.
Yeah.
Anybody? Oh, anything else?
I've got miscellaneous.
Okay, what do you got?
Hercules movie?
Is this the one with The Rock?
Yes.
Yep.
That looks fucking terrible. I kind of want to see it.
It looks hilarious.
The only thing I know about it is I saw a preview for it while I was watching TV this afternoon. I was like, what is this?
It looks like a terrible God of War ripoff.
It looks like they're kind of going with the same kind of feel as Clash of the Titans. So I'm not quite sure.
It's The Rock.
Is Stone Cold gonna pop out and give Hercules a stunner? Is he gonna be the Stone Cold skeleton horseman of the underworld? He could be Karen on all of a sudden The Rock will go to the underworld and it'll be Stone Cold Steve Austin rowing that boat, and then when he's not looking he'll drop the Stone Cold stunner on him. And then all of a sudden you'll have dead Jim Ross in the background going, "Bah, gah!" Did you see that thing that they had? There was a thing where they put Jim Ross's commentary goes with everything, and they did from different video game.
I haven't seen that.
I put it on my Facebook page. It's pretty funny. I love Jim Ross.
I have something for miscellaneous that doesn't really fit anywhere else. Have you cats heard about DashCon?
No.
Nope.
I think I heard of it from.
DashCon was a convention that was meant for a lot of the Tumblr user fan bases.
Oh, God.
And it is probably all of them, all of Tumblr. And pretty much if you like Doctor Who, Supernatural.
Do not fucking mock Doctor Who.
No, you have to understand there is a large following of Doctor Who on Tumblr.
Yeah.
I believe
It's the Super Hula group.
That's why. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about probably the most mismanaged convention in the history of conventions. So first of all, right when on the first day, they gather all the convention goers in a room, and apparently they misread the contract, and the hotel wanted them to put all the money, wanted the con to have all the money up front, but they couldn't do that. So they needed to raise $17,000 to have the convention, and people donated. People put money in a brown paper bag. $17,000 to have the convention.
Dang.
And nobody asked for a receipt or anything. So I was a little shady. Now, it's not, I will make this clear, this is not officially endorsed by Tumblr, so it's not actually, it's not a Tumblr con, it's just some people who are affiliated with a lot of the people on that site. But anyway, but the best part is, apparently there was some kind of band wanted to play there. I forgot what they're called. Beyond the something about, it was a band, and they couldn't pay them to do the con. They couldn't pay their traveling or their hotel fees, so the band couldn't show up. So instead, the con bought a small children's ball pit and a bouncy castle, and the people who reserved a space for who reserved a ticket for the concert, they got an extra hour in the ball pit.
I'd go to it.
Pay $80 for a few hours in a ball pit. after having to donate more money to keep the con going. Yeah.
Well, first off, we gotta figure how many people were there, because that depends on how much I was gonna do.
It is a 4-person ball pit.
Yeah, but to keep the con going, because I'd probably only donate $5 if it's a large con.
No, you already paid money though. You paid the $70 to get in there. I would never pay that money. I'd be like, you know what, bye. But anyway. So yeah, that's just a lesson that running a convention is harder work than you might think it is. So if you don't have anybody who hasn't done it before, don't do it. Or unless they're scamming people, which I hope that's not the case. But yeah, that was DashCon, and the internet had a fun time over it, especially after the Tumblr raid.
So I just read this news story. One of these batshit crazy people from Silicon Valley, Tim Draper, wants to basically break up California into 6 separate states.
Why?
Because they think California will work better with 6 separate governments.
That's a terrible idea.
I know.
So are they thinking
It can barely function with one state government.
Are they thinking about doing it kind of like, DC, where it doesn't have its own state, or is it just going to be
6 separate states?
Yep.
I think Silicon Valley just wants to not pay taxes that much, so they want to make their own state.
Yeah, I think that's it. They don't want to pay the corporate taxes.
I think that might be it, because a large portion of the money from that comes from Silicon Valley for that state. So I'd be thinking that they want to cordon off that area and make their own, so they don't pay that much money in state taxes.
As you make a lot of money. You're using a lot of the United States infrastructure to do it. You're using patents that were made by publicly funded research teams. I believe you should pay the taxes. That's only fair.
Actually, there's a documentary on Amazon, I think, about Silicon Valley, if you ever want to find out how Silicon Valley started.
It's like I know I was reading something about how much public patents are in the iPhone. So
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm one of those people that say companies should pay taxes.
Oh, yeah, they should.
It's not like it's going to hurt them too much. I mean, look at Google. They're swimming in money. They can pay taxes. Okay, anything else for Misk?
Nope, that's it.
Nope.
Yeah, not really.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening, and thank you all for joining me. Everyone, have a good night.